And good evening, everyone. Once again, welcome back to the All Balls channel. It is I, Carl, your host again, here to discuss another game week of EPL matches. We have a lot to discuss, though. We have a few little fun chats that we're going to have today, and we have two very interesting gentlemen to talk about our main game, which we will get to. But Arjun Sen, Reese D'Souza, welcome to the show, guys.
Cheers.
How's it going? How's everything going? Arjun's in Delhi while Reese is enjoying the lovely wet weather of Mumbai.
Yeah, but it's quite sad if you're a United fan. I don't know. I'm going to justify any of my positions today.
Arjun looks ready. Arjun looks prepared. Gentlemen, before we get to our main game, though, even though we get to our main game, we did have a little bit of a small ceremony the other day with regards to the best players in the world. And of course, the man Lionel Messi has won his 7th Ballon d'Or. Thoughts? Starting with you, Arjun?
Well, it's a tough one. I mean, everyone seems to think Robert Lewandowski was the clear winner, should have been the clear winner. But I mean, you can't discount Messi for all that he's done in the season. But yeah, I mean, I'd rate this as the second biggest robbery in Ballon d'Or history after Henry didn't win it in 2006.
Ooh, spicy. Reese, do you agree, or do you still think it's still Messi's year? I mean, considering that he won the Copa America, kind of took a very reasonable, mediocre Barcelona team to the maximum limits that he could, considering what they were and how they were after he left. So do you think it was deserved, or do you agree with Arjun that maybe Lewandowski or maybe even Jorginho, for that matter, deserved it?
I think Jorginho probably deserved it the most. I think my cat agrees with me too, because he seems to be in agony about how Messi won. But I think Jorginho was in with the shout, because you win Champions League, you win you win the UEFA as well.
The Euros,
The Euros. I don't know how you can not win Ballon d'Or as a midfield player. But then again, a lot of midfielders are mostly overlooked when it comes to this prize, isn't it? It's mostly got to do with forwards and goal scorers.
Okay.
I warned you guys, this is going to happen.
No, it's fine with the slight technical difficulties. As long as you don't get disconnected, Reese, that's absolutely fine. We'll quickly, though, run through the other winners, starting with Club of the Year, Chelsea. Arjun, hands down, do you think there was any other club that was more dominant last season?
No, I think this was a no-brainer. Chelsea deserved it. Of course they did. They were really good.
Fair enough. And then coming down to best striker, Reese. I mean, again, it's Robert Lewandowski. Even Messi said it in his speech, that you deserved it last year, even though last year was cancelled and stuff. But you got a feel for the guy. He got best striker, but not the best player. But was there any better candidates besides him?
No, man. I think Lewandowski should have had it. But there's this debate that it happened last year, and because of the season going to turmoil and whatever logistical issues crept up because of that, he didn't get it. But I don't know how Messi could win it if he did not win anything with Barcelona, particularly. I think that would have been favorable for him if he had to win something in Europe, but difficult otherwise. Because I always thought it was a mix of scoring number of goals or being in a winning team that won significant amount of trophies or important trophies, which Jorginho did. So
that's actually a very fair argument. I mean, everyone looks at the trophy haul, and even though Arjun also did say the Copa and stuff, and I will keep taking into consideration, it is still a tight race. I mean, I'm on the fence when it comes to this whole Messi debate, because yes, there's one way that his laurels do stand out, and they say, okay, fine, he's achieved so much. But then, as you mentioned, when it comes to trophy hauls, you look at Jorginho, you'll be like, that man's had probably one of the best seasons ever in his career.
Yep.
And then also when it comes to goals, the amount of goals scored, you have Lewandowski. So it's strange. I'm happy that Messi won.
Correct.
Although I still feel that there were more deserving.
I mean, if you look at what Arjun said with respect to Henry, what did Henry win in 2006? I agree, he should be right up there, but he didn't win a trophy. No, fortunately, did he win something? I don't think he did.
No, but the point is that the Ballon d'Or is awarded to the individual player for his individual performance. And Jorginho may have won. Chelsea didn't win the Champions League because of Jorginho. Argentina won the Copa because of Messi, and Messi scored the most number of goals and had the most number of assists in La Liga last season.
Jorginho did score the winning penalty though, didn't he?
He missed the penalty in the final.
He missed the penalty.
He did. Yeah.
Yep.
But he was still part of winning teams, wasn't he?
No, that's what
but
I'm
then
saying.
again, it's sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying Italy didn't win because of Jorginho. Jorginho was just part of the Italian team, the setup. In fact, Jorginho missed the penalty, like we just said, and also Chelsea didn't win the Champions League final because of Jorginho. Havertz scored the goal. So I mean, I don't think it was either Messi or Lewandowski for me. I mean, by that logic, right now, Jorginho is the best player in the Premier League because he's the third best. He was voted the third
in the world.
That's
a really good shout. That's actually a really good shout. Yeah. I like those who are watching and to mention that in the comments. What do you guys think? Yeah, do you think Jorginho should get now Premier League Player of the Year? Because technically, yeah, he did come third from the whole world. So, in fairness, if he's playing in the English League, he should probably get it. But we'll move along. This should be a no-brainer. We just discussed this before getting live. The Lev Yashin Trophy going to Gianluigi Donnarumma. Considering the season he's had, I mean, people can argue and say, Mendy. You know, some people even tell me Neuer. For all these reasons, I don't understand why Neuer. But do you guys completely agree? I'll start with you, Arjun.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yes, because of his heroics in the Euros, he got them in the final in that penalty shootout against Spain. But yeah, Mendy's also hard done by. I mean, he's phenomenal. I mean, what Chelsea had before him, just Kepa, who's Kepa. And then now Mendy. So yeah, I mean, he's really brought Chelsea where they are right now. So hard done by, but yeah, Donnarumma probably just edged it.
Donnarumma it is. And would you make a case though, Reese? I mean, do you think that, again, would Mendy be able to sneak in? I know Arjun's mentioned that, but is it a no-brainer when it comes
I think he might have
I
think he might have one this year. Might have a shout this year. Well, I think they've kept 24, 25 clean sheets. They had a run of a really good amount of games where he's been so good, and especially this season, or at least the start of this season with what Tuchel's done. I think if they win one or two trophies this year, I think he'd be standout
for sure.
For that trophy.
And the next trophy, of course, it was the Copa Award. This is a no-brainer, I think, considering the season this young man has had, and the season he's had even after that. I mean, he's literally been I think he played, I remember reading something, Pedri, he got the Young Player Award, basically. Yeah. I think he played 283 days out of 365 days.
Wow.
Like, this man was non-stop. Yeah, he was non-stop. Like, he played for Barcelona, he went for Spain, then he went to Spain in the Olympics, and then he joined them back on pre-training. So, I mean, the boy is a genius. I guess he's definitely in the right hands when it comes to Xavi. What do you say, Reese?
I think so too, man. That's a phenomenal amount of games to play. For a very, very young kid, and played consistently. The only other guy I can think that could possibly maybe in a few years run him close would be Foden.
Okay.
Not even Greenwood, to be honest. But yeah, can't argue with that, man. Can't argue with Pedri's output at that young age.
Well, Arjun, Bukayo Saka made it 6th place, man, in the Golden Boy. So there is room for improvement, at least for the Arsenal fans. I mean, like, were you happy with the result of Pedri getting it, or did you think like maybe someone should Bellingham?
No. Pedri is he's different gravy. He's just too good to watch. The only player that I think the Barca have another player called Gavi. I don't know if you guys have watched him. That kid can play. That kid probably will go even one step higher. He's brilliant. Yeah, Barca are coming back. Slowly. It
looks like when I see Gavi and Pedri together, it's like the second coming of Xavi and Iniesta. In a way, like it looks kind of very similar, but a much more younger version of it. I guess time will only tell. Yeah, time will only tell as to how far they can go. And lastly, of course, Alexia Putellas, the young lady from Barcelona. We've been having we were just talking about it off camera, but yeah, again, she won the Ladies Award, which is, I think it's 3rd of the year. They just introduced it. So I guess that's a no-brainer. I mean, I honestly wanted Vivian Miedema to win it from Arsenal. She's also had a very stellar season. But I guess Alexia Putellas, I was checking out her record. She had a fantastic year with Barcelona.
I haven't actually followed women's football for a while. I've paid attention to Vivian's career chart over the last couple of years or so because of the Premier League and stuff. But But if you're saying, if what you're saying is true, then wow, I can't imagine the kind of level that what's this girl's name again? I'm so sorry.
Alexia Putellas.
Alexia
Putellas. Sorry. Yeah.
Alexia is kind of smashing at the moment because Vivian is like right up there, man, in the Premier League.
Yeah.
She's by far like, miles ahead of anyone else as far as the striking department goes there. So wow, I'm kind of stunned that Vivian didn't win this because she's phenomenal.
Well, she is a phenomenal Arsenal lady, and I'm sure she will get her due. But now, gentlemen, we come to the matter at hand. Big game this Friday. Manchester United versus Arsenal at Old Trafford. Arjun, how are you feeling in all honesty?
Oh God. He's gonna say he's feeling, I don't know. These guys look like they're in for it. They're up for it. No, but let's just be honest. He's chomping at the bit. He's quite excited.
I'm not going to take the bait. I'll not take the bait, but the point is that, Arsenal should, if everything goes to plan, which it never does with Arsenal, then Arsenal should be able to beat this ramshackle team. That's Manchester United. But stranger things have happened in the Premier League. And I don't know. I just hope we can get one over them. It's been a while.
One luck you mentioned stranger things. No, but it's going to be an Old Trafford. And one luck you mentioned stranger things because Rahul Bayer probably said this is not a Netflix show. But again, Arjun, thanks for mentioning that. But Reese, it's not like United's in the best of form as well. You are now also having this whole Ralph Rangnick thing. Will he or won't he make it? And I don't think he's going to make it in time for this game, considering his visa issues. No. So again, it's Michael Carrick at the wheel. How confident are you right now?
Is there a wheel?
To be, it's just the nut. The wheels are. He's just kind of holding on to that little bolt there, which I think he's kind of done a decent job to just try and stop the rot, because it was just spiraling out of control magnificently if you're not a United fan. And what he managed to do with Villarreal was just stay in the game till the 70th minute, see if you're in with a shout, and then maybe try and attack. With Chelsea, I was in the middle of a gig that day, but I did put on Hotstar at the side for a brief moment. I did look at the score. When I saw Sancho score, I was like, oh, okay, cool. This is interesting. I read the transcript. Jorginho made a mistake. I don't think they expected to get anything out of that game, and they got very lucky because Chelsea didn't take their chances. So to get a draw out of that game, shows that, he's just trying to get them to be organized. And usually when United are not up for it and it's Arsenal, they managed to pull something out of the hat against Arsenal. It happened when Rashford came in for an injured Van Persie in 15-16. And the tide was just with Arsenal at the time. So this could really swing either way, considering what Carrick has done. But the fact that it's at Old Trafford, I hope he doesn't fall into the trap like Ole did and just attack because it is Old Trafford. He has to, just play the opposition really and not do what the crowd wants, which is he'll just have to kind of sit back and maybe counter, because I think that's his only thing. We don't have the defense to keep up with anyone in the Premier League right now. We got really lucky with Villarreal and with Chelsea, but I think he'll be stretching his luck a lot if he manages to get a win out of this next game.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned attack, because of course his name is on everyone's lips. It's definitely Cristiano Ronaldo. The man has scored 6 goals in 15 appearances in all competitions against Man United. He seems to be one of those bogeymen for us as Arsenal fans. I need to ask you though, Arjun. I will get to you as well, Reese, but I need to ask you, Arjun. Do you think that the buying of Ronaldo has kind of overturned the whole season for United fans? Because I think there are a lot of United fans who are saying that there was a plan in place. Ole finished the season pretty well last season. He was going to make a squad that he wanted to build. And then you have this mammoth that is Cristiano Ronaldo walking into the club.
Well, there are 2 ways to look at it. One is, if one of the greatest players of all time is available and is willing to come to a club, you don't say no, right? That's one. The other one is that and the truth is no one knows the truth. But the other side of the story is that City had it wrapped up, and United panicked, and Jorge Mendes just basically got United to bid and get Ronaldo, because he said if your greatest player or one of your greatest players goes to your biggest rival, it's going to be embarrassing if he turns out in the City blue. But to answer your question over whether it's kind of turned the tide,
upset the apple cart, upset the apple cart.
I mean, I think Ronaldo scored goals. I mean, look at the season so far. He scored in every other game. He's basically brought them out of defeat at least 3 times that I can remember. So I'm not sure what a 36-year-old can do apart from keep scoring goals. If the first chance that Sancho had at Stamford Bridge, where there was a beautiful ball over the top from, I think it was Rashford or Bruno Fernandes, and he chested it and it went out for a goal kick. If that is Ronaldo, that's 1-0, because he's going to chest it down and he's going to beat Mendy. So that's 1-0. So I'm not sure how it's upset the apple cart. He doesn't press, but he's not pressed for the last 6 years. He never pressed anywhere. There are few players that just get a free pass. Messi doesn't press. Have you seen Messi play for PSG? He walks. He didn't press for Barca for the last 3 years, but it's what he does with the ball. And Ronaldo's going to score you goals. So I'm not sure it's upset the apple cart. Ole was a terrible manager. It was just vibes FC. There was no tactics.
I don't think he was a terrible manager. I think he was a good manager until the end of last season. I think what happened was, you're right. I don't think they intended to go in for Ronaldo. I think it was one of those things that was kind of probably the final nail in his coffin, because I thought he was done after the final loss in the Europa. I thought that's peak Ole. He won't be able to achieve anything more than that. And with Ronaldo coming in, I think it was out of his depth then. To manage someone of a personality that big with accolades to back it up. I think he would have been too small in that dressing room. So he had his time. I think he could do what he could, but he was only going to take United up to so far. At this moment in time, I feel like with Ronaldo there, you have to kind of work around what he can bring, because he can bring so much more to your team, which is scoring goals, which will eventually win you games. But I've said this to a few mates of mine. The problem with United and Ole was that he just didn't recruit midfield for like a season and a half. He really needed to plug that midfield, and he still hasn't. Or he still didn't. And unless they do, I don't think they'll find a way forward. Because you look at any of the top 4 or 5 teams, really, they got a really good solid midfield there that you can trust and you can bet your life on. It's not at United. So unless they figure that out, they won't be able to figure out the defense and their attack.
Oh, it's a fair assessment. And from one forward line to the opposite end of the forward line, which is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He's already scored in 2 games already in a row against Man United. He could be the first ever Arsenal player to score in 3 consecutive games against Man United. Arjun, he is being backed up though by probably the youngest midfield squad that we have right now in Arsenal's history. I mean, 47% of our goals, 47% of the 15 goals we scored have come from players under 21. That's Emile Smith-Rowe, Saka, and Martinelli. And it is exciting times, but considering the nightmare that Aubameyang had against Newcastle, do you think he'll be raring to go, or is it just going to be on the shoulders of these youngsters all over again?
I'd drop him. I'd not play him at Old Trafford. Yeah, he was terrible. He missed a goal that it was tougher to miss than score. I'm sure you saw the game.
Yeah.
I'd drop him. I'd play Lacazette. He kind of brings more. He's more physical. He tracks down better. I'd play him, or I'd even play Martinelli maybe, because I agree with Reese. One of the rare occasions now, I agree, because United have no midfield. I think that somebody said Mekfredich. The 3 people together, Mekfredich. That 3 of them together is not a midfield player. That together they don't make a midfield player. They're the most limited midfield trio in the league. I mean, did you see what Fred did when he tried to chip 6-foot Mendy out when he had Ronaldo free? So I mean, That's it.
I would
But
disagree. He wanted to pass the ball back to Mendy. He's just that kind of lovely guy. That's why Ole liked him so much.
I have no idea what he was doing. I can't understand what he was doing.
Uh,
But anyway, yeah. But I'd drop Aubameyang. I'd play Lacazette. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, leave it to Saka and Emil Smith
Mhm.
Rowe to kind of get it done. And also not play Nuno Tavares and play Kieran Tierney.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? I've kind of actually been a fan of Nuno Tavares. I think he's done pretty well,
No.
you know, considering the fact. I mean, of course, I know Terry gives a different dimension to the Arsenal left-hand side. But with that being said, though, the United defense, though, on the other hand, is looking a bit shaky. I mean, if it isn't for the solid hands of David De Gea, you guys would have probably been in a lot more trouble, Reese. I mean, what is up with Harry Maguire? I know he's not going to be playing this game, but
Thank
there are
God.
far
It's the
more
best thing he did was get a
That's
red
it.
card at Watford to not be there for Chelsea
But-
and sorry.
That
Arsenal.
should be a silver lining. But again, I mean, now there's a lot of pressure on people like Bai and Lindelof to pull it off. And even Wan-Bissaka in the last game against Chelsea didn't exactly have the best of games. So it's a very shaky defense right there.
Yeah. It is, which is why we got lucky with the draw. You know, Chelsea should have won that game.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
If Callum Hudson-Odoi was named Bukayo Saka and he had that chance on the 3rd minute, it's 1-0 to Chelsea. That's the easiest goal anyone would have scored. He scored the same goal against Newcastle the next day.
Yeah,
it was
true.
easier to miss that than score it. So yeah, Chelsea mucked up big time. United didn't do much. United didn't do much.
The defense got very lucky. I feel like I think they'll do the same thing again. I don't know what to expect with United, to be very honest, and especially at home. I think everyone will agree. At least while Ole was there, it was just going to be attacked because we're playing at home. This is respect for the crowd, really, more than the opposition, which unfortunately just did him in. And now that Arsenal are coming over with David's form, this reminds me of the 2015-16 season again, where David's always great when the rest of the team are
horrible.
Shit. Yeah, they're just he's got to be on his game, and then it's just like everyone makes him look good then, even if it's like a decent save. So I think it's just going to be that kind of game again, where we're just going to have to contain, soak up, pray, get lucky. and if we're in it, I think until the 60th or 70th minute again, if Carrick's in charge, I think he'll make more attacking substitutions. But he'll start with Ronaldo this game because I think it was pretty evident that at Chelsea, a draw would be a bonus, but he'd probably want to try and go for the win with Arsenal with the same tactics, but start with Ronaldo. With Maguire out, that's great. That's the best odds we've had in months. Oh God! Because
Raul Bale is sneezing.
Can you imagine? I mean, I love the way Smith Rowe plays, Bukayo Saka. These kids are so good. They've brought such good energy back to Arsenal that the way Arteta's playing, you just want to see them play because you know that they're giving like 100%. The problem with United is that you've got these great players who are not giving 100% and or don't know what to do, or they look very lost, which I find very repulsive because they are extremely high wages and they should be delivering, at least giving 100%, if not delivering a result. So I'd be scared, I'd be scared if Maguire was playing this game with Arsenal and pace. No, I actually like Lindelof and
I like him too.
Together.
Yeah.
So
I like both of them together. Yeah.
If they've got something simple to pull off, I think they can pull it off. I think Fred will be a key. It'll be a decisive factor for us in midfield because he's very prone to taking that extra touch in our half, in the defensive half, when he doesn't need to, and that split second waste just allows the opposition to just cash in on him and surround him and then get the ball away, and then we just don't have the temperament to deal with an attack when we're caught on our heels and we're slow. So at least three-fourths of the defense line is slow. So
Looks like Ralph Ragnick has his work cut out. Hopefully, we'll see him after this game.
Hopefully, he's come in the nick of time.
Oh, snap! Nice one there. Well done, Reese. You can take that one to the bank.
I know. That's the only thing. That's the only thing we're going to win today. A pun.
Anyway, though, Arjun, Arsenal have a chance. I mean, we've not lost to United in the past 6 games. We've faced them, and we might just write the history books with the 7th consecutive. We've never done it before. Again, I'd like to ask you, what are your score predictions, and how do you think the formation is going to be like for the team?
The predictions okay, let's start with formation. I think he'll play the same team with the 2 change. I mean, I personally wouldn't play Nuno Tavares. I mean, I think he's great to watch. He's on asset 24/7. But I would get I would get Kieran Tierney. I think he's better suited. He's also fit, raring to go. I'd play Lacazette over Aubameyang. Predictions, you're an Arsenal fan, you know these things never work with us. But I mean, if you were to leave it to me, I'd say 3-1 Arsenal. I'd give one of them. Yeah, I'd give 1 goal to Ronaldo for my FPL.
That's your FPL. That's a bold statement. Reese, come on, you got to big up the men in red. Come on, the Red Devils.
Shit.
You have to,
I didn't see that.
I
didn't see that 3-1 scoreline coming. Wow, that.
Are you
that's very optimistic. That's very optimistic.
What do you think Carrick is going to play? Like, what do you think is going to be his formation? What is he going to do to try and stop that onslaught which is the Arsenal midfield and attack?
I don't know. I don't know. I'll be very honest.
Carrick also doesn't know.
I feel though he's going to bring Shaw back. Yeah, I don't know if he was injured or not, but I honestly don't know, man. This could very well end up 3-1 if we are lucky. If United are lucky, you know, when we're not on it and Arsenal, everything's clicking for Arsenal. I think that's a very flattering scoreline to United. Then, just given how we've been playing so far, I'm not being pessimistic. I'm just being very realistic about what's been happening. But if I were to be optimistic about it, I would say that he's going to play McTominay, he's going to play Fred again, and he's probably going to play Bruno. I would like to see the same team that played Chelsea, to be honest, only without Rashford, but to play Ronaldo instead. And bring Rashford on later on when if we're still in the game, because Rashford is not the strongest one on the pitch at the moment as far as forward attacking line goes. Neither is Greenwood, so I don't see those two playing. But I would love to see Donny come on as well if we're still in this, because he acts as a great support for Ronaldo, and he's kind of in around that area where he's kind of just shadowing Ronaldo there. I saw that when we scored against Watford, and we don't see a lot of those runs from any of our midfield players apart from Bruno at the moment.
Yeah.
So I think he's just going to hope and pray that he's still in this game until the 70th minute. And then it's just, okay, let's roll the dice now. So
I see what he's doing here. I see.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
No.
What am I doing?
I see what you're doing here.
He's drinking Arsenal tears, fans, in that mug right there.
I don't know. It's not my cup of tea.
Oh God, he's just filled with them today, isn't he? Like he's on a roll.
But interesting story. I played a game of football with Arjun a few months ago, and I didn't have a jersey to wear. So he said, "Hey man, here's my jersey." So give me your jersey. Obviously, it was a nice grey one, nice stone-colored Arsenal third kit jersey, I think. And it was great. I wore it. I think I lost the game too. No surprise there. And he said, you keep it, you wash it, and you can give it back to me. I was like, cool. So I did that, put it in the washing machine. When I got the jersey out of the washing machine, give me a Lacazette jersey, by the way. But there was no Lacazette written at the back of it anymore. It just washed off. The number 9 I washed off was all faded, and my heart sank. It grew very cold. Also, I spoke to my girlfriend before that. I spoke to his wife before that. Before I spoke to him, and I I let him down so bad that I feel like I already went into hiding for the last 6 months. And then when you paired me with him today, I was like, oh, wow, what are the chances? I've been trying to avoid this man for like 6 months. And then here we are.
It's good. It's good. So at least Arjun, you have Reese's number now. And now that it's out in the ether, we all know that basically Arjun deserves a new Arsenal jersey. Gentlemen, thank you so much for that lovely little analysis of the Man United Arsenal game, which is going to happen this Friday. We're going to quickly run through the other games, though, just before we sign off. Starting off with Newcastle and Norwich, bottom versus bottom, I guess. Arjun, how do you see this game going?
1-1 draw. Newcastle are going to get relegated. Most expensive, richest club in the world to get relegated. That'll be fun.
4-0. 4-0 to Newcastle.
4-0 to Newcastle. Wow.
Callum Wilson double.
Oh, for your FPL as well?
I'm not. I stopped. I'm pulling out way too much of my hair last year. I was like, no, I'm not going to do this year.
All right. Our next matchup is Leeds against Crystal Palace. Murder Ball against Vieira Ball. Reese, where do you see this game going? Again, it's Leeds at home. It's at Ellen Road.
That's a close one, man. I think 3-2 Leeds.
3-2 Leeds. I mean, Arjun, do you agree, or is it Patrick Vieira? Because Patrick Vieira has a really good away record right now, from what I understand. Like, he hasn't dropped any games till now.
1-2 to Palace.
1-2 to Palace. Ooh, this is heating up. Everyone's going against each other. I like this. Arjun, keep this up.
This is the most we've disagreed, by the way.
All right. Our next matchup, of course, Thursday is Southampton versus Leicester at St. Mary's. Arjun, Ralph Hasenhüttl facing Brendan Rodgers. Leicester coming off that game. Southampton also coming off their game, which wasn't good. How do Southampton bounce back?
He beats them 9-0 and takes revenge for the 9-0 that Leicester did to Southampton 2 seasons ago, last season. 9-0 to Southampton.
9-0 to Southampton.
Leicester beat them 9-0. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I know that, but what are you drinking in Delhi, bro?
I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah, man.
This is it.
It's the weather. It's gone into him.
It's Leicester. I don't know. Leicester seem to have stagnated a lot, but yeah, I think they'll win 2-1. Maddison is playing well. He was very good in the last game. And when Maddison plays well, Vardy scores. So yeah, maybe Leicester to win.
And would you give that opportunity as well, Reese? So you still think Southampton have a chance to redeem themselves?
I think it's going to be a 1-0 to Southampton.
1-0 to Southampton. Again, they're going at their own ends. Yeah, I like this. Watford versus Chelsea at Vicarage Road. Dilly ding, dilly dong. Ranieri basically having his old club coming to visit him. Reese, it looks pretty cut and dry for Chelsea, though.
2-2.
2-2?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, bold. Arjun, would you agree, or it's a Chelsea steamroller?
I disagree here.
3-0 Chelsea.
3-0
I have to. Now I have to. I mean,
exactly.
And in our next game, live from the London Stadium, it's West Ham against Brighton. West Ham, not exactly the best to start. I mean, their last game wasn't the best, but again, they're still riding high, Arjun. And Brighton as well also are still kind of in the mix as well. So is this beneficial for the other teams in the mix that they both draw? Or is there going to be a result in this game?
No, I think there will be a result. I think Antonio will be too strong for the Brighton defense. West Ham to win, maybe 2-1, 2-0.
Yeah, same here, 2-0.
Oh, I changed it. I changed mine too. What the hell?
Okay. So you're basically saying 2-1, he's saying 2-1 for each separate team. All right, we'll keep that in mind. Next up is Wolves versus Burnley. Bruno Lage having the Sean Dyche's men kind of walk around with their long ball football. I kind of honestly see that this is Wolves' opportunity to win a game. But Reese, would you agree, or it's again another opportunity for Burnley to just upset the apple cart?
I think they will. I think they'll probably get a 2-0 or 3-0. They thumped them last year at Wolves. They kind of put
they did. Yeah, I think Chris Wood scored a hat-trick or something.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think that was the game. I'm not sure.
I don't see much improvement from Wolves really. There's even at home, I feel like they're kind of vulnerable. So if it's not clicking for them, then I think Burnley will pick them, because Burnley are kind of more they're a stronger side, at least physically. And I think they're going to use those tactics again. So yeah, probably 2-0, I would say, to Burnley this time.
2-0. So Arjun, how is Wolves going to win this match? Because I know you're not going to win Burnley. So how is Wolves going to win this match?
Didn't Wolves just beat West Ham? Didn't they beat
They
West Ham?
did beat West Ham, yeah.
Yeah, Wolves are pretty good. I mean, they have that Korean guy is very good. Adama Traore is a beast. Yeah, Wolves to win. 1-0.
Wolves to win. 1-0. And Steven Gerrard hosting Pep and his boys, Aston Villa against Man City, Villa Park. I know which one to start with, but I'll start with Arjun. Arjun, how is this going to play out? It's a draw.
It's a
high scoring draw, or
it's a 1-1 draw with a red card.
Ooh, spicy. Reese, would you agree, or do you think it's Pep Guardiola just getting one up over Steven Gerrard?
Me getting a 1-up over Arjun. So I'm going to say 3-1 to City. 3-1 to City.
3-1 to City. And lastly, since it's so apt to talk about it, it is the first game before the Man United Arsenal game. Tottenham versus Brentford. Oh boy. Arjun, Tottenham versus Brentford at the Tottenham Stadium. Actually, no, Arjun, I'll ask Reese first, actually. Reese, Tottenham versus Brentford. Brentford, the surprise package that has been promoted to the Premier League, playing against the gift that keeps on giving, that is Tottenham Hotspur. So how do you think this game is going to play out?
Yeah, it's going to be a close one because Conte seems to have kind of shook everyone up a little bit and just wake them up from their slumber. I feel because they're playing at Tottenham, it'll be maybe a 2-0 to Tottenham. I don't think Brentford might have it in them away from home.
All right. Well then,
new coach.
Arjun, with the new coach, Arjun. Then I'm guessing Thomas Frank is going to have his boys fired up.
Yeah, and Brentford to win 2-1. Ivan Toney penalty.
Come on, you don't mean that. All the predictions. You don't mean this one.
Ivan Toney scored in his last game. He is on a scoring spree, so I'll take that one up, Arjun. I really agree with that. I mean, hey, it's just an Arsenal thing, Reese. Don't hate us because we're beautiful. All right, that's all.
I want to see Tottenham lose too. I want to see Brentford win. Don't get me wrong. They beat Arsenal on opening day, right? So. That was a fun little game to watch. Yeah, sorry.
Nicely done.
I saw that game of all the games. I saw that game.
Well, the reason also why I actually said that lastly is also because that we do have also another game that we wanted to cover, but of course, due to reasons we couldn't. And we have you two lovely gentlemen to talk about it. But it is, of course, the second biggest game of the weekend. It is Liverpool against Everton. I mean, Everton hosting Liverpool, actually. It's a Merseyside derby. Rafa Benitez welcoming his old team as well. It's going to be quite emotional, it's going to be aggressive, it's going to be fun. So Arjun, again, how is this game going to play out though?
It's going to be a bloodbath. Liverpool are going to smash Everton. Have you watched Everton play? They can't. Alex Iwobi plays as this striker right now. It's that bad.
Oh, he was an ex-Arsenal player, right? So what do you expect?
Hey,
that's true. No, we got 40 million actual money for him. Imagine.
That's a great deal, though. Actually, wow, you guys are the winners.
We won in that. Yeah, we won in that.
Every day of the year, we're winning that. No, but Liverpool will smash them. Liverpool are playing the best football, I think they're playing the best football in the league, the most attacking football. City are more, calculated. Liverpool are all-out attack. And Jota is probably having the season that everyone thought he would when he first joined. He's brilliant. He's brilliant.
Oh, well, Reese, I'm sure you're going to take the case for Everton then, I guess.
Yeah, I'd like to hear this.
Well, looking at I'm just trying to think like does DCL live this up, or how is this going to play out? Like, because you're going to be negative to Arjun, so you might as well give us the best opportunities.
I am, but I can find a positive in this. And that is Everton are not Manchester United, so they'll put up more of a fight than United. But I don't think they'll lose by 5-0. Let's just say that. So I'm saying Everton are not going to win.
They're not going to win. So you're saying that it could be a draw.
Not saying that.
You said they're not going to win. Okay. I see that.
They're not going to win.
All right. They're not going to win. They're not going to. All right.
If he said Liverpool are going to win, Everton are not going to win.
Not going to win. Well, it's going to be a hotly anticipated match because I've always noticed that, especially in the Merseyside derby, it's probably one of the most...
1 minute. I'm sorry. You meant to say Everton are not going to lose because Liverpool...
I don't know. I confused myself. I'm a confused United fan now. See, this This is what I'm dealing
This
with.
is this is what happened when you drink from Arsenal cups, yeah, Reese. I mean, like you really don't. You have to be careful of what you're drinking from.
I don't know. My girlfriend might have spiked my drink. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, possibilities are there. Like, let's not go there though when it comes to that discussion. Anyway,
Yeah, best left for another podcast. Yes.
yeah, best left for another podcast when it comes to drinks being spiked. But Arjun, Reese, thank you very much. That concludes our episode for today.
Hey.
I had a really good time chatting with you boys. Tell me.
We didn't predict the United scoreline, or at least Arjun did a 3-1.
Arjun did, but you did. You said it
I
would be
didn't.
2-1. Did you? Okay,
No,
go
I
on.
didn't
Give us
think
a
I did.
prediction. Give us your prediction, Reese.
3-1 to Arsenal.
Okay, 3-1 to us. I was just going to say, should I play the Jeopardy music in the background while you think or something like that?
Oh, God.
Like, well, you heard it here from Arjun sir and Reese D'Souza, ladies and gentlemen. They both said that Arsenal will win resoundingly 3-1, which absolutely means nothing because it could go the other way. Any
It
which
could,
way.
yes.
Knowing Arsenal and Man United. But you know what? It's fun. Football is back. The old rivalry is back, which is one thing I love the most. The Man United Arsenal rivalry, which I think a lot of people don't give a lot of respect for, but I do remember it. I'm sure you guys remember it as well. But with that being said, Arjun, Reese, thank you so much for taking time from your busy schedules. I appreciate you guys having a little bit of a chat and talking about the clubs and the game that we love. Any parting words, starting with you, Arjun?
Not really. Except that, I just hope we get one over them. That's it. That's it. That's all that matters.
Reese, do you think you'll have to somehow now return that jersey if United loses?
Man, I've been thinking about it for the last minute or so. You know what, Arjun? If we win this game, you get your jersey back.
I have my jersey back. You actually came home and gave
No,
it to me.
you'll get a new one with a fresh Lacazette print.
No, not Lacazette. He's leaving in a few months. I'll tell you which one. Yeah.
Okay. You will get that new jersey if we win.
Okay.
So
Okay.
All right.
and you have that live right here. It's proof. So
You guys have heard this as proof. Reese will probably owe Arjun a jersey if United wins.
I definitely do.
Arjun
Let's just be
basically-
honest.
Arjun just wins when Arsenal wins. But guys, thank you so much. For those watching at home also, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I am Carl from the All Balls channel and we'll see you when we see you.